Hey guys, I'm Racing TV Side, and here's a track guide for Charlotte Motor Speedway. Probably one of my favorite tracks, but unfortunately it got ruined by a tight setup. And I mean plowing tight, just like it was last time, so yeah, watch out for tire wear. That's all I could say. Best I could do is a 27.7, I believe. Alright, so what I did to get that lap, I had a 12-to-1 steering ratio. I moved the offset from 6 to +2, and I kept the brake bias pretty much at default because of turn 1. And for those of you wondering, driving school this week, so hopefully I'll have a good episode out. I don't know. So let's watch how this lap was done. Alright, you could just hear those tires screaming away as I killed them in the corners. I don't know. I suggest backing it down for the race because, well, you're just going to be out of tire before like lap 15, which was my problem here. Open sets is probably going to be tight as hell again on the exits. At least the one I had. So let's break this down, I guess. So we're making our way into 1. Now this gets tricky because there's a huge hump right here where you see the light on the shadow here and the sign, the billboard or logo on the wall. There's a big old bump from the transition from the front stretch to the turn. So what I'm doing, I'm getting on the brakes and letting off the gas right at the sign, sprint sign here. It's just a black strip you see against the wall, so you don't really have to look at it. You just kind of look at it in your peripheral and drive our way down to the bottom. Using about, I don't know, 15% brake, just enough to kind of set the car in, and I'm holding that brake just over the hump. And notice I didn't do any more wheel input. After I hit the bump, I'm on the brakes and keeping the wheel pretty much like that. I don't want to turn while on the brakes or the damn thing is just going to spin or you'll get a weird wobble going down into the corner. So, yeah, watch out for that. So after that little hump, once the car pretty much lands, you want to let it roll all the way down to the bottom. But to do that, you don't just stay off the gas, because once it gets to about here, it kind of stops turning. So once you get to the Charlotte 1 sign here, that's where I'm picking the throttle up. And you want to mess with it. Mess with the throttle to try to get the car to do what you want, and it kind of gets it to steer down, and that's what I'm doing. By that point, I'm already full throttle, so once you get it to the white line, and once you feel it stuck down there, you can just get back to it and stay in it, hopefully. And you want to use up all the track here on exit. So we play that in 2x slow-mo. You can see him just taking a typical apex, driving way out to the outside wall, which is pretty much aiming for this black sign here. And make your way down the backstretch. Past the giant screen. And we're here in 3. Now turn 3, you're braking pretty much later than turn 1. You can see I'm already starting to make my turn down. And the way I'll explain this is, I guess, look at the Motorola billboard straight in front of you. I'm turning down at this point. Or when you see this dotted line here, when that ends. So as you're passing that dotted line right here, or I should say line on the track, I'm turning down and kind of want to take a wide entry. So come out to the wide part of the corner, then dive down. So you kind of want to arch it out. And again, I'm holding the brake a little bit deeper and longer into this corner. Again, about 15% though. Up until this white line. See the white line I'm lining across here? That's what I'm doing. So I was just using 50% brake until directly after that line. So once it's in your mirror, that's where, I think, I don't know. Then I'm turning down, way down, letting it roll after you let off the brake after the line. Just letting it roll. This time letting it roll. And again, just like turn 1, you want to use the throttle to turn the car. So here I feel it start turning down. So I start picking the gas up right here. Again, you want to stay right on the white line and drive out like you normally would. I had to play with it there because it got super tight, and then power off like I showed you in turn 1. Car wants to get a little bit loose on the way exit there because of the transition, but that's it. That's how I got my 27.7. Nothing fast times. Be low sixes or high fives. So that's it. I don't know where we're at next week. Possibly Kansas. I don't know if it'll be a single line track again, but I guess we'll find out. And then Talladega, I'm probably not even going to do because there's nothing to it. Or if so, maybe I'll have a guest on who can talk about his success at plate racing. Anyway, Sim Racing Chewy side. Yeah.